You have to dream before your dreams can come true. If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. We should not give up and we should not allow the problem to defeat us. If 4 things are followed, having a great aim, acquiring knowledge, hard work, and perseverance, then anything can be achieved. Small aim is a crime, have great aim. Science is a beautiful gift to humanity, we should not distort it. Man needs his difficulties because they are necessary to enjoy success. Never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place, that is, the unique you. Have an aim in life, continuously acquire knowledge, work hard, and have perseverance to realize the great life. Excellence is a continuous process and not an accident. To succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion to your goal. The purpose of education is to make good human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be created by teachers. Let me define a leader. He must have vision and passion and not be afraid of any problem. Instead, he should know how to defeat it. Most importantly, he must work with integrity. God, our Creator, has stored within our minds and personalities great potential strength and ability. Prayer helps us tap and develop these powers. Life is a difficult game. You can win it only by retaining your birthright to be a person. My message, especially to young people, is to have courage to think differently, courage to invent, to travel the unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible and to conquer the problems and succeed. These are great qualities that they must work towards. This is my message to the young people. The bird is powered by its own life and by its motivation. Climbing to the top demands strength, whether it is to the top of Mount Everest or to the top of your career. If a country is to be corruption-free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are 3 key societal members who can make a difference. They are the father, the mother, and the teacher. Great dreams of great dreamers are always transcended. Writing is my love. If you love something, you find a lot of time. I write for 2 hours a day, usually starting at midnight. At times, I start at 11. War is never a lasting solution for any problem. To become unique, the challenge is to fight the hardest battle which anyone can imagine until you reach your destination. If we are not free, no one will respect us. The youth need to be enabled to become job generators from job seekers. Creativity is the key to success in the future, and primary education is where teachers can bring creativity in children at that level. You see, God helps only people who work hard. That principle is very clear. Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? Ultimately, education in its real sense is the pursuit of truth. It is an endless journey through knowledge and enlightenment. I was willing to accept what I couldn't change. One of the very important characteristics of a student is to question. Let the students ask questions. Poetry comes from the highest happiness or the deepest sorrow. When we tackle obstacles, we find hidden reserves of courage and resilience we did not know we had. And it is only when we are faced with failure do we realize that these resources were always there within us. We only need to find them and move on with our lives. Be more dedicated to making solid achievements than in running after swift but synthetic happiness. Almost half of the population of the world lives in rural regions and mostly in a state of poverty. Such inequalities in human development have been one of the primary reasons for unrest and, in some parts of the world, even violence. Great teachers emanate out of knowledge, passion, and compassion. Educationists should build the capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial and moral leadership among students and become their role model. A teacher should have a creative mind. Widespread use of antibiotics promotes the spread of antibiotic resistance. Smart use of antibiotics is the key to controlling its spread. I'm not an expert on the arms race. When I took over as president, I studied the Constitution, and the more I studied it, the more I realized that it does not prevent the President of India from giving the nation a vision. So when I went and presented this vision in Parliament and in legislative assemblies, everyone welcomed it, irrespective of party affiliations. I was in high school when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru unfurled India's flag in New Delhi. My hair grows and grows, you cannot stop it, that fellow grows, it grows wild. All wars signify the failure of conflict resolution mechanisms, and they need post-war rebuilding of faith, trust and confidence. When grand plans for scientific and defense technologies are made, do the people in power think about the sacrifices the people in the laboratories and fields have to make? We must get rid of fossil fuels by developing injection systems for automobiles, which can run on biofuel. When a nation is surrounded by weaponized nations, she has to equip herself. Nations consist of people. And with their effort, a nation can accomplish all it could ever want. There has to be a global mission of human progress. Science is global. Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, has to reach everywhere. Science is a beautiful gift to humanity, we should not distort it. Science does not differentiate between multiple races. New markets could be created by rural potentials, which could lead to rise in the employment. My view is that at a younger age your optimism is more and you have more imagination, etc. You have less bias. I have met 18 million youth, and each wants to be unique. Medical costs are of concern, both in developing and developed countries. The world has today 546 nuclear plants generating electricity. Their experience is being continuously researched, and feedback should be provided to all. Nuclear scientists have to interact with the people of the nation, and academic institutions continuously update nuclear power generation technology and safety. Economy forced me to become a vegetarian, but I finally starting liking it. I love the sea. It means, people who are in high and responsible positions, if they go against righteousness, righteousness itself will get transformed into a destroyer. Smart habitation is an integrated area of villages and a city working in harmony and where the rural and urban divide has reduced to thin line. Measuring nuclear yield depends on multiple parameters, the location and number of instruments, the geology of the area, the location of the seismic station in relation to the test site. One lesson that every nation can learn from China is to focus more on creating village-level enterprises, quality health services and educational facilities. English is necessary as at present original works of science are in English. I believe that in 2 decades' times original works of science will start coming out in our languages. Then we can move over like the Japanese. The government, whether state or central, is elected. That means we have a responsibility to elect the right kind of leaders. I was a disadvantaged child from a non-educated family, yet I had the advantage of being in the company of great teachers. How accurately can the law fix the crime? There has to be a mechanism for very fast action. The law is like this: catch them and punish them. Developing nations want to become developed nations.